Hey guys, it's Felissa Rose, and you're listening to and watching The 13th Wolfman.
Hey everybody, I'm the 13th Wolfman. This is a sad day. On August 30th, 2015, we lost the master of our nightmares, and that is Wes Craven. He died at the age of 76. He had brain cancer. He was born on August 2nd, 1939, and his parents divorced before he was actually brought into the world. By the time he was 5 years old, his father died, so he didn't really know his father. He was raised by his mother, who was ultra religious. He was raised in a Southern Baptist, very religious family. From what I understand, that when he went to the movies, the only movies he was allowed to see because of the upbringing were Disney cartoons. You know, Pinocchio, Cinderella, Bambi, stuff like that. You know, it wasn't until he went to college that his eyes of the world were opened. And he's actually the first person in his family to go to college. And he did so well in college that he became a professor for a short time. When he was 30 years old, he got involved in making movies. So he didn't go to college to learn how to make movies. That wasn't his thing. He started editing movies for a person, and from editing he learned how to do syncing up, you know, the sound in the picture, and he learned all these little things, and he finally got his chance to make a movie. He did work as an editor on a movie called Together. And the people that financed Together liked it so much that they wanted them to put out another movie. And so they put out Last House on the Left. Be honest, it's never been one of my favorite Wes Craven films. In fact, it's just the opposite. To me, it's the bottom of the barrel, you know. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It doesn't want to be a horror film. Doesn't want to be a comedy. You got the bumbling cops. You got the bad music. When the girl gets stabbed, and you got that bad synth music going, it just ruins the movie for me. So there's a lot going on with Last House on the Left that I don't like. 5 years later, he had a chance to make another movie, and that was The Hills Have Eyes. He wrote, directed that movie with Peter Locke as producer. Now, that movie did great. It went to the drive-ins and just did so well that it kind of gave him a little bit of notoriety. But people were just looking at Wes Craven as basically a horror director. And he didn't want to be pigeonholed as a horror director. He wanted to be a director. You know, he wanted to make movies, not just horror movies. But in 1978, he got a chance to make another. It wasn't really a horror film. It was a made-for-TV basically suspense thriller type movie with Linda Blair called Summer of Fear. Or the alternate title was Someone in the House, I think is what the alternate title is. Again, that movie, that made-for-TV movie, according to Wes Craven, all the made-for-TV stuff that he did it as kind of a learning curve. You know, he'd learn how to do different kinds of edits, or I think on that one he said that, because I'm reading a book right now called Nightmares and Screams, the films of Wes Craven, and I think he said on that one was the first time he got to use a dolly, and the first time he got to use a crane, and I mean there were like all these things he got to use because it was being financed by someone else, and you know, it was just a lot of learning for him. When he got around to making a Deadly Blessing, which I don't have and I still need to get. I know Shell Factory put out an awesome version of that. But when he got around to making Deadly Blessing, he wasn't really happy with the movie. But the movie did very well at the box office. In fact, it did so well. It was kind of the movie where he just kind of like looked at it and said, I made the movie. Thank you. You know? And he was putting all his energy into Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing failed at the box office. The one that he wanted to do well failed, and the one that he didn't really care a whole lot about did well. Of course, we know, comes around to it, he gave us Freddy Krueger, he gave us Horace, you know, from Shocker, Ghostface. I mean, the man knew what he was doing when he wanted to get into your psyche. Serpent and the Rainbow, which is a great film. People Under the Stairs, another really cool film. He has not made a movie where he was involved with directing since 2010, and that was My Soul to Take, which a lot of people dump all over, but I don't know. Doesn't bother me too much. I actually kind of like that movie. So, I like the last movie he made. I don't like the first movie he made. There you go. I'm weird. Wes Craven will be missed. He was, like I said, he was the master of nightmares. He like I said, he gave us Freddy Krueger, Pluto. You know, even though I didn't care for the movie, Krug was a really great idea for a villain. Ghostface, he did Cursed, which wasn't so bad. I really want to see his son step up and start becoming more of a director. I know he's produced a few films. I know he's written a few films. But I'd like to see him slide right into that director's chair someday and see what he could do. Wes Craven, you gave us everything we asked for. Thank you. Rest in peace. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.